Welcome to my channel Unleash Your English, my friend. Have you ever tried to speak English but felt stuck? The words are in your head, but they don't come out fast enough. Stay with me, because today you will learn how to speak English better than ever before. Chapter 1. The first time you tried to speak. Do you remember the first time you tried to speak English? Maybe it was in school. Maybe it was at work. Maybe it was with a stranger who asked you something. Your heart started beating fast. Your brain knew the answer, but your mouth was slow. You wanted to speak, but the words stayed inside. You felt nervous. You felt shy. And maybe you thought, I cannot do this. My friend, let me tell you something powerful. That moment was not a failure. That moment was a beginning. Every strong speaker today had the same moment. Every confident person you see once stood in the same place. They felt nervous too. They forgot words too. They were not born fluent. They became fluent. And if they could, you can too. Think about it. When a child says their first word, nobody laughs. Nobody says, that's wrong. People smile. People clap. People say, wow, you said your first word. But when we grow up, we start to judge ourselves. We think one mistake means we are not good enough. But the truth is different. One mistake means you are learning. One word means you are growing. One try means you are brave. The first time you tried to speak English, you showed courage. You were not silent. You did not hide. You opened your mouth and tried. That is not weakness. That is power. You see, the real problem is not mistakes. The real problem is silence. When you stop speaking, you stop growing. But when you speak, even with broken words, you start your journey to fluency. I want you to remember that first moment. Maybe your sentence was short. Maybe your grammar was wrong. Maybe your accent was not clear. But you did something amazing. You broke your silence. You spoke in another language. That is something millions of people never even try. You are already ahead because you had the courage to begin. Now close your eyes for 1 second and imagine. Imagine yourself years from now, speaking English with confidence. Your words are flowing. Your voice is strong. People listen to you and respect you. That future is not a dream. It starts from that very first moment when you tried. And today, you are moving even closer to it. I know what happens in the mind of a learner. You feel shy. You feel afraid. You think people will laugh. But let me tell you the truth. Nobody remembers your mistake. Only you remember it. Other people forget. But your brain learns. Your heart grows. Your courage gets stronger. That is why your first try is so important. Your first time speaking English was not perfect. But it was special. It was history. It was the seed of something beautiful. A seed does not look like a tree. It is small. It is weak. But inside it has power. It has life. It has a future. That first word you spoke was your seed. And every time you speak again, you water it. One day it will grow into a strong tree called fluency. Think of this chapter as your reminder. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not weak. You are a learner. And learners are powerful because they keep moving. Do not let that first try become your last. Use it as fuel. Use it as proof. Proof that you can. Proof that you already started. Proof that you are brave enough to continue. Today, when you speak, do not compare yourself to native speakers. Compare yourself to your first time. You are already better than that. You already know more words. You already have more courage. You already move forward. Celebrate that. Smile at that. Because every step counts. And here is the truth, my friend. Fluency is not magic. It is not a gift for special people. It is a skill. It is built word by word, day by day, mistake by mistake, sentence by sentence. That first time you spoke, you already took the first step on the road. Now, all you have to do is keep walking. So never feel ashamed of that memory. Hold it in your heart. Say to yourself, that was my beginning. That was my courage. That was my proof. And when you speak today, speak with that same courage. Because one day, you will look back and smile. You will say, I was nervous, but I started. And because I started, I succeeded. Chapter 2. Why English Feels Hard at First. Let us be honest, my friend. English feels hard at the beginning. It feels heavy. It feels like climbing a mountain with no map. You open your mouth, but the words stay stuck inside. You hear people speaking fast, and you think, how can I ever do this? That feeling is normal. That feeling is not your weakness. It is part of learning. Think about a baby learning to walk. The baby falls again and again. But nobody says the baby is a failure. People clap. People smile. People say, come on, you can do it. The same is true with English. You are like that baby. You are learning to walk in a new language. Falling is normal. Feeling lost is normal. Every learner feels the same in the beginning. Why does English feel so hard? Because your brain is used to your first language. Your brain has spent years with it. You know the sounds. You know the words. You know the rules. But when you face English, everything is new. New sounds, new words, new rules. Your brain feels confused. And confusion feels like difficulty. But here is the truth. Confusion is not the end. Confusion is the first step to clarity. Do you remember the first time you learned to ride a bicycle? At first, it looked impossible. You were shaking. You lost balance. You wanted to stop. But after practice, one day, you felt it. You were riding smoothly. You were free. English is the same. At first, you lose balance with words. You forget grammar. You feel shy. But after practice, your brain finds balance. And one day, you speak smoothly. That day will come. Most learners think English is hard because they try to do everything at once. They want perfect grammar. They want a perfect accent. They want big vocabulary. But perfection at the start is impossible. And when perfection feels impossible, the brain feels fear. That is why English feels like a heavy burden. But if you start small, it becomes light. One word, one sentence, one step at a time. That is the real secret. You may also feel pressure from people. Maybe your friends laugh. Maybe your teacher was strict. Maybe society told you, your English is weak. These words stay in your heart and make English feel even harder. But let me tell you something powerful. The opinion of others does not control your future. Their laughter is not your truth. Their judgment is not your destiny. Only you decide how far you will go. And you can go very far. English feels hard because you compare yourself with others. You listen to a native speaker and you think, I am not like them. You listen to someone fluent and you think, they are so good. I am so bad. But comparison steals your courage. Do not compare. Learn from them, yes. But compare yourself only with your past self. If you are better today than yesterday, you are already winning. Remember, difficulty is not a wall. Difficulty is a signal. It is a voice that says, you are learning something new. If English feels easy, you are not growing. If English feels hard, you are on the right path. Because struggle is proof of progress. Struggle means your brain is building new roads. Roads that will lead you to fluency. So, do not run from the feeling that English is hard. Accept it. Welcome it. Smile at it. Say to yourself, "This is my proof that I am learning." Every mistake is a lesson. Every confusion is a teacher. Every hard moment is a step forward. That is why difficulty is your friend, not your enemy. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. Imagine yourself speaking English with ease. Imagine people listening to you and understanding you. Imagine yourself confident and free. That future is waiting. But to reach it, you must pass through the door called difficulty. Do not be afraid of the door. Open it. Walk through it. And you will find success on the other side. My friend, English feels hard at first, but remember this truth. Hard is not impossible. Hard is just the beginning. Hard means you are moving. Hard means you are growing. Hard means you are brave enough to try. And soon, what feels hard today will feel easy tomorrow. So smile at your journey. Respect your struggle. Be proud of your effort. You are not weak. You are not failing. You are becoming stronger. One day, you will speak English without fear. And on that day, you will look back and say, "Yes, it was hard, but I did it." Chapter 3. The Power of One Word. My friend, sometimes you think you need many words to speak English. You think you need long sentences, big grammar, and difficult vocabulary. But the truth is simple. You do not need everything at once. You need only one word to start. One word has the power to change your confidence. One word has the power to open your mouth. One word has the power to begin your journey. Think of the first word you ever said in English. Maybe it was hello. Maybe it was yes. Maybe it was no. That one small word was not small at all. It was big. It was powerful. It was proof that you could speak. You may have thought it was nothing, but it was everything. Because from that one word, more words can grow. One word is like a seed. If you plant a seed in the soil, it does not look strong. It does not look like a tree. But with care and time, it grows. It grows into something big, something full of life. Your one word is the same. At first, it feels small. But with practice, it grows into sentences, then into conversations, then into fluency, all from one word. You may feel nervous. You may feel afraid. You may think one word is not enough. But let me tell you something important. One word is always enough to start. Imagine meeting someone and saying just hello. That single word opens a door. The person smiles. The person answers. And suddenly, you are in a conversation. That one word created a connection. That one word gave you courage. That one word moved you forward. The problem for many learners is they wait for perfect. They think, "I must know everything before I speak." But waiting is dangerous. Waiting kills courage. Waiting keeps you silent. Do not wait. Speak one word now. Use the words you already know. Say them with confidence. Say them with a smile. Because every time you say one word, you are practicing. And practice builds fluency. Think of a mountain climber. They do not jump to the top in one step. They take one small step, then another, and another. Soon, they are higher than they ever dreamed. Speaking English is the same. Your first word is your first step. Without it, you will never move. With it, you begin climbing. And with every word after, you rise higher. Do not underestimate the power of one word. It can change how people see you. It can change how you see yourself. Imagine walking into a shop and saying water. The shopkeeper understands. You buy what you need. You feel strong. That one word gave you success. Imagine saying thanks. The person smiles back. That one word gave you connection. Imagine saying sorry. The other person forgives you. That one word gave you peace. One word can carry so much power. And here is something magical. When you speak one word, your brain feels victory. It feels success. And success gives you energy. That energy makes you want to speak more. One word leads to two. Two words lead to a sentence. A sentence leads to a conversation. And a conversation leads to confidence. But without that one word, nothing begins. So my friend, never say, I only know one word. Instead, say, I already know one word. That is your start. That is your seed. That is your step. Celebrate it. Use it. Speak it. And keep adding more. Because every fluent speaker today started with one word too. Nobody begins with 1,000 words. Everybody begins with one. Remember this. Your power is not in knowing everything. Your power is in starting. Your power is in opening your mouth. Your power is in saying something, even small. And the smallest thing you say can create the biggest change in your life. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself speaking one word in a big room. People turn. People listen. People understand. That one word gave you respect. That one word gave you confidence. That one word made you shine. This is not a dream. This can be your reality. But it starts when you believe in the power of one word. So today speak. Speak one word. Speak it with courage. Speak it with heart. Do not be silent. Do not be afraid. Because one word is enough to begin. And once you begin, nothing can stop you. Chapter 4. Sentences, not rules. Many learners feel trapped when they study English. They sit with books full of grammar rules. They see pages with strange terms. Past tense, future tense, present perfect. It looks heavy. It looks complicated. And slowly, they lose energy. They think, maybe English is not for me. But let me tell you the truth. Fluency does not start with rules. Fluency starts with sentences. Think about how children learn their first language. They never sit with grammar books. They do not know the names of tenses. They do not know what is a noun or a verb. They listen. They copy. They repeat sentences. They speak naturally. Only later, when they are older, they learn grammar in school. Speaking always comes first. Rules come later. So why are you trying to do the opposite? Why are you waiting to know the rules before you speak? My friend, you do not need rules to begin. You need sentences. Real, living sentences. Sentences you can use in your life today. Sentences that express what you feel, what you want, and what you do. Imagine this. Someone asks, "How are you?" You do not need grammar knowledge to answer. You just say, "I am fine." That is a sentence. It is simple. It is clear. And it works. Now imagine you are hungry. You say, "I want food." That is a sentence. Imagine you are busy. You say, "I am working." That is a sentence. Every time you speak a sentence, you are speaking English. You are learning English. You are living English. When you focus too much on rules, you freeze. You think too much before speaking. You wonder, is this correct? Is this wrong? Which tense should I use? By the time you think, the moment has passed. The conversation is gone. But when you focus on sentences, you speak freely. You use what you know. You move forward. And every time you speak, you grow stronger. The real secret is this. Grammar is not your enemy. But grammar is not your starting point. Your starting point is speaking. Your starting point is using sentences again and again until they become part of you. When sentences live in your heart, grammar will come naturally. You will start to feel what is correct, just like you feel it in your own language. Think of your favorite song. Do you analyze its grammar when you sing? No, you just sing. You remember the lines. You feel the rhythm. You enjoy it. And yet, you are using English. You are speaking in sentences. That is the real way to learn, by living the language, not by memorizing the rules. Here is something powerful. If you learn one sentence, you can make many new ones. Take, I am hungry. Change one word. I am happy. Change again. I am tired. See, one sentence gives birth to many others. And every new sentence makes you more confident. Every sentence is a tool. The more tools you have, the stronger you become. Do not be afraid if your sentences are short. Short sentences are strong. They are clear. They are powerful. Big speeches come later. First, master the small sentences of daily life. With them, you can survive. With them, you can connect. With them, you can practice. And step by step, they grow into bigger sentences. Remember, English is not a test. English is a bridge to people, a bridge to knowledge, a bridge to the world. You do not build a bridge by studying rules. You build it by taking steps. And every sentence you speak is one step across that bridge. So today, do not worry about being perfect. Do not worry about every grammar rule. Focus on sentences you can use right now. I like this. I need help. I want to learn. Speak them. Repeat them. Use them in real life. Every time you do, you are training your brain. You are building fluency. My friend, grammar will follow you later. But fluency starts today. Fluency starts with sentences. Fluency starts with courage. So open your mouth. Say a sentence. Feel proud. Because every sentence you speak is a stone on your road to confidence. And one day, you will look back and smile. You will say, I did not wait for rules. I started with sentences. And now, I can speak freely. Chapter 5. Speak before you are ready. Many people wait. They wait and wait, thinking one day they will feel ready to speak English. They tell themselves, I need more grammar first. I need more words first. I need more practice first. But let me tell you the truth, my friend. That day of feeling fully ready never comes. You will never wake up one morning and suddenly feel perfect. If you wait for ready, you will wait forever. The secret to fluency is this. You must speak before you feel ready. You must open your mouth even when your heart is racing. You must say words even when you feel shy. You must try even when you are not sure. That is how learning happens. Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you create by speaking. Think about learning to swim. If you stand at the side of the pool waiting to feel ready, you will never swim. You must step into the water. You must feel the cold. You must splash. You must move your arms. At first, you feel scared. But slowly, you start to float. Then you start to move. Then you swim. Speaking English is the same. You learn it only when you do it. Your brain will say, wait. You are not ready. People will laugh. You will make mistakes. But you must answer your brain with courage. You must say, I will speak anyway. And when you do, something amazing happens. People listen. People understand. And you realize it was not as scary as you thought. Every mistake you make while speaking is a teacher. Every wrong word is a lesson. Every moment of courage gives you more power. The truth is simple. You cannot learn to speak by silence. You cannot learn to speak by only reading books. You cannot learn to speak by only listening. You learn to speak by speaking. Remember your first word in your own language. You were not ready. You did not know grammar. You did not know big vocabulary. You just tried. and slowly, you became fluent. That same process will bring you fluency in English too. But only if you stop waiting. Only if you start now. Imagine this. You are in a shop. You need something. You feel shy to speak. You wait, thinking maybe next time. But what happens? Nothing. You lose your chance. Now imagine the same moment. You take a breath. You say one sentence. I want water. The shopkeeper understands. You get what you need. And you walk away smiling. That is progress. That is success. That is what happens when you speak before you feel ready. The fear you feel is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to grow. Fear means you are stepping outside your comfort zone. And outside your comfort zone is where fluency lives. Do not run from fear. Walk through it. Use it as fuel. Let it remind you that you are learning. Here is the truth that will change your life. Fluency is not about knowing everything. Fluency is about using what you already know. You already have words. You already have simple sentences. Use them. Use them today. Do not wait until you are perfect. Perfection will come later. But progress comes now. So promise yourself this. Next time you get a chance to speak English, you will not stay silent. You will not say, I am not ready. You will open your mouth. You will try. You will speak, even if your voice shakes, even if your words are broken, even if you feel nervous. Because every time you speak, you become stronger. One day, you will look back at today. You will say, I was not ready, but I started. And because I started, I became fluent. That is the story of every successful learner. And it can be your story too. So do not wait for the perfect time. Do not wait for perfect grammar. Do not wait for a magic moment. The perfect time is now. The perfect chance is the one in front of you. Speak before you are ready. Speak today, and watch your life change. Chapter 6. Listening is half of speaking. Many learners think speaking comes first. They want to talk fast, with no mistakes, with full confidence. But here is the truth, my friend. Speaking does not begin with your mouth. Speaking begins with your ears. To speak well, you must first listen well. Listening is not half the job. Listening is half the success. Think of a baby again. A baby does not start speaking on day one. For months, the baby listens. The baby hears the voice of the mother, the father, the family. The baby listens to sounds again and again. Slowly, those sounds become familiar. Slowly, those sounds become part of the baby's memory. And then one day, the baby opens their mouth and speaks. That is the secret. Listening first, speaking later. When you listen, you are training your brain. You are teaching your ears to recognize new sounds. You are teaching your mind to understand rhythm and tone. Every sentence you hear is like food for your language. The more you feed your ears, the stronger your speaking becomes. If you skip listening, your speaking will always feel weak. But if you listen more, your speaking will shine. Imagine a musician. They cannot play music without listening first. They listen to notes, to rhythm, to melody. Only then can they create music themselves. You are the same. You cannot speak English beautifully if you do not listen to English deeply. Listening is your practice ground. Listening is your teacher. Listening is your secret weapon. But here is the best part. Listening is easy. You can do it anywhere. You can listen while walking. You can listen while eating. You can listen before sleeping. English is all around you. In songs. In movies. In YouTube videos. In stories. And every time you listen, you are building your speaking power. You may say, but I do not understand everything. That is fine. You do not need to understand everything. Even when you understand little, your brain is learning. Even when you miss words, your ears are training. Do not stop because it feels hard. Keep listening. Day by day, your understanding will grow. And as your understanding grows, your speaking will follow. Try this simple exercise. Close your eyes and listen to one English sentence. Do not write it. Do not translate it. Just listen. Then repeat what you heard. Maybe it is not perfect. Maybe it is not complete. But that moment is powerful because you are connecting listening with speaking.